Hi folks, my name is Philip from Mind My Business, and today I'm going to show you how easy it is to add invoices into Mind My Business. I'm already in the Invoices tab and I can see a list of the existing invoices within the system. So as you already know, you can add new invoices by pressing the New button here, or clicking on the pull down and pressing New Invoice from here. So let's add a new invoice and let's make it a sales invoice. So we have 4 different types of invoices: sales, purchase, credit notes, and you can use the invoicing tab for doing quotes as well. Let's select a sales invoice and let's select a contact. You'll remember we created XYZ the last time, so let's just start typing XYZ and that option appears there. So we're going to do a sales invoice to Joe Blogs at XYZ Company. We've got various options for domestic, intra-EU and non-EU for VAT. We can deal with relevant contracts tax, professional services withholding tax, but let's not look at that today. Let's just keep it simple. We're going to give it an invoice date of today. We're going to give it payment terms of 30 days, and the invoice number is automatically generated by adding 1 to the last sales invoice number used. You have the option to overwrite it if you want to. And now let's see what this invoice is for. Let's just make it for general services, although if you wanted to, you could press the magnifying glass and you can go down here and you can select what this invoice is for. Obviously you're going to select an income category, and in fact let's actually do that. Let's make it for contractor services, and let's make it for €1,000 worth of contractor services. The VAT rate has been picked up by default from where you set up contractor services as an option. You can change it, it's only a default, so if these contractor services were, for example, at 13.5%, you could change it. And you see that down here the VAT is automatically recalculated. So let's leave it at 13.5%. You can make some notes about it, and finally press save. Most invoices only involve 1 line. However, if you want to add more lines to your invoice, you can do that down here at the bottom of the page. You've got invoice lines, you can press new, and you can add a second invoice line, or a third, or a fourth, or as many as you like. Let's go ahead and add a second invoice line. And let's make this for tax compliance services. What a terrible thing to have to invoice for. And let's give this one the rate of 23%, and let's make it for €500. And now you'll see there's your 2 invoice lines, there's the total, the VAT, and the rest. The next thing you're going to want to do is to email this to the client. Let's have a look at it first to see what it looks like. If you press here, you can see the PDF that will be invoiced to your client. Just going to drag that into the view field. So there it is as a PDF. You can see that your company name appears here, your address, your tagline, your logo. I've just used our Mind My Business logo today. You can see that Joe Blogs appears as the addressee. When we added Joe Blogs, we forgot to give him an address, but if we did, it would appear here, and all the details which you just entered, and your payment terms, directors of the company, and all the rest of it. So now we're ready to email the invoice, and we press on the email button, and it comes up with an email form with Joe's name already in it, and with your standard invoice email cover text. Insofar as you've created templates, you could use a different template. We could, for example, put in "You are my favorite customer" template, and then it changes the text down here. Press send, and that's it. The invoice is on its way to your customer. If you need to see invoices which are outstanding, you can see, for example, over here, outstanding sales, and this gives you a debtor's ledger. So all of these invoices are outstanding to be paid. And I want to take this opportunity to show you something special, which is our add similar functionality. On every list and on some forms, you can see the add similar functionality. So you see it there, or you see it there, and I'm going to use it there. And what add similar does for you is it adds an invoice a second time, very similar to the first one. So let's say with Joe Blogs that we invoice him every month. Well, then we take the one from last month we press add similar, we put in the new date, so let's put in the 12th of August. That's it. New invoice already added for Joe Blogs. This is particularly useful on the purchasing side, where for example you get an invoice from Vodafone or any other mobile phone supplier every month. Then you just press add similar and there it is in for the next month again. So the more data you've entered, the faster it becomes to enter further data as you go along. That's it for today, folks. In our next video, we're going to show you how to enter payments and how to show invoices as having been paid.